London, February 4, 2026. The British monarchy is in a mess right now. This is the problem they have had in a very long time. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are basically done with their marriage. They have made a deal about who gets to take care of their kids. The really big surprise is that Prince Harry says Meghan Markle has totally abandoned him. What is even more shocking is that Prince Harry is blaming Prince Andrew for being sneaky and helping Meghan Markle with her business deals in Dubai. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are having a lot of problems. It looks like Prince Andrew is involved in their issues with Meghan Markle. It started quietly, but it was very bad on January 31, 2026. Meghan Markle took Prince Archie, who's now 7 years old, and Princess Lilibet, who is 5 years old, out of their very good private school in Montecito, California. She did not tell the school ahead of time. She did not tell the people from the UK who are supposed to check on Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. She did not talk to the person who is supposed to help solve problems. The person in charge of the school sent an important email that said, "They did not show up. We are very worried." The day the kids' names were gone from the spring term lists. There was no address where they would be going to school. It was like they had disappeared. Nobody was saying anything about the children. This was not a move. People who work at the palace said that Meghan had already called off doctor appointments for Archie and Lilibet. She told her lawyers to stop anyone from the family who deals with kids and education from getting in touch with her. The worst part is that she signed papers to get rid of a trust fund £3 million that was made just for Archie and Lilibet to pay for their education and keep them connected to the UK. Meghan did this for Archie and Lilibet's trust fund. The palace was paying attention the time. There is a memo from January 29 that the Royal Intelligence team put together. It shows that they were getting ready for something. People are now calling it cutting ties with the family completely. One important piece of evidence is a contract with a media person from Dubai. This person is helping her start her business. The contract says she has to remove all connections to her family before she can start. Her lawyers said no to the plan that Harry had for taking care of the kids. The people in charge of Archewell said that they have to remove Archie and Lilibet from all the music lists on Spotify and the promotions on Netflix by the middle of 2026. The palace is really watching what the royal family is doing, especially when it comes to the kids, Archie and Lilibet, and they are making changes. A high-up person who works at the palace said something to the Times. They said it out. "This is not about taking care of the kids together. The royal family is doing something. They are making the royal children a tool to help the royal family brand. Then when the kids are not needed anymore, the royal family gets rid of them. The royal family is making the royal children seem like they do not exist. This is what the royal family is doing to the children." Princess Anne, the Princess Royal, did not want to ignore this situation. On February 2, she had a meeting at Windsor Castle that was not planned. She was holding a red folder that said, "Immediate custodial breach, Markle withdrawal," on it. People who were there said that Princess Anne slammed the folder on the table in front of King Charles. She said, "We have put up with people trying to make themselves look spinning stories in the media for years. This is different." She is not just giving up on her duties. She is giving up on those kids, the children. The room fell silent. Prince William walked in a minute later, still upset from leaving a big meeting about money in Manchester. Someone gave him a folder, and he quietly read the last pages. Then he spoke to the people who advised him. His voice was calm, but you could hear the anger in it. He said, "This is not about Meghan now. This is about making sure 2 kids are okay. They need to be safe and happy. People need to know what is happening to them. We will not let people forget about them," Prince William said about the 2 children. "We have to think about what will happen to them in the future, and what people will say about them on." That night, William and Anne decided to have a big meeting with the Royal Advisory Council at dawn. They wanted to make sure Meghan Markle did not have any control over the royal family. They wanted to take her ability to be around the family, her legal rights, and anything that connected her to the royal family. William and Anne were trying to protect the Windsor family name from what they called a publicity war with Meghan Markle. They were worried that Meghan Markle would hurt the Windsor family's reputation. The stage was all ready for something to happen. The Crown was not just going to sit and do nothing anymore. The Crown was taking back what was theirs. Part 2 is about something that happened in the past. This is the part where the Crown takes control. The Crown is taking charge of things now. This is a deal because the Crown is a powerful group. The Crown taking control is what we are talking about in this part. On the morning of February 3, 2026, something big happened at Windsor. The Royal Legal Chamber was really quiet. Prince William was there with Lord Hargrave and Duchess Sophie of Edinburgh. Prince William presented the Level 1 Emergency Custodial Crisis Brief. This document said some things about Meghan. It said Meghan did some things on purpose. The document talked about 4 things that Meghan supposedly did wrong. The 4 things were about Meghan abandoning people. The Royal Legal Chamber was paying attention to what Prince William had to say about Meghan. The Level 1 Emergency Custodial Crisis Brief was a deal. Prince William and the others were serious about the accusations against Meghan. Complete withdrawal from parental, educational, and medical responsibilities. Secret negotiations for relocation to non-Hague Convention countries, including documented real estate discussions in Doha and the Seychelles. Coordinated media campaigns designed to strip Windsor heritage from the children's public identity. Prince Harry's ongoing instability, probation restrictions, no suitable UK housing, insufficient income for sole guardianship. At 10:20 in the morning, William used Appendix 4 of the Royal Succession Stabilisation Act. This is a part of the Royal Succession Stabilisation Act that nobody has used since King Edward VIII gave up the throne. The Royal Succession Stabilisation Act says, if young royals are in danger of being forgotten, moved from their homes, or their well-being is at risk, the royal family will take care of them to keep everything, protect their heritage, and make sure the Royal Succession Stabilisation Act works like it should to keep the royal family in power. The Royal Succession Stabilisation Act is important for the family. The council vote was unanimous. Things started happening away one after the other like clockwork. Step 1. The passport for Archie and Lilibet's frozen. This means Archie and Lilibet's passports are not valid for travel. No child, including Archie and Lilibet, can leave the United Kingdom without the Princess Royal and the Crown Child Welfare Council agreeing to it together. They both have to say it is okay for Archie and Lilibet to travel outside of the United Kingdom. Step 2 is about the image shield. This means that no one can use the names or images of the Sussex royals for purposes. The Sussex royal branding is also off limits. This rule will be in place for 5 years because of the Windsor Privacy Act 2023. The Sussex royals want to protect themselves from people making money off of their names and images. Step 3. Royal Restoration Fund. Prince William announced a £12 million trust for the Royal Restoration Fund to help the children feel better, get a good education, and fit back in with the royal family easily. The Royal Restoration Fund is supposed to make sure they can go back to living like royalty without any problems. This is like building a wall around the royal family. One of the people who advises Prince William said about the Royal Restoration Fund. At the time, the old royal guardianship protocol, which had been dormant since the war in the 1940s, was started again. Princess Anne was in charge of a meeting at Sandringham with important lawyers, Prince William and Lord Alastair Pembroke from the Privy Council, who joined in through a video call. The main goal of the meeting was to make sure Archie and Lilibet were okay and that their minds and feelings were protected, well as their rights, as members of the royal family. A sealed dossier, prepared by William and verified by Royal Treasury, detailed Meghan's monetization efforts, attempted trademark registrations for Archie and Lilibet in multiple jurisdictions, PR links to Diana-inspired, branded baby lines, celebrity gifting suite metadata confirming upcoming product drops. And said something cold in public? She said that the House of Windsor will never allow people to use children born into the House of Windsor to make money without permission. The House of Windsor is especially against this when it puts the children in danger and affects their place in the family. The House of Windsor will not tolerate this because it is not safe for the children, and it is not right for their position in the family. Within hours, the banking regulators in the United Kingdom and Canada froze the accounts that were linked to Meghan's company called May. This company is supposedly using the initials of Meghan and her family, including Archie and Lilibet. The big sponsorships for the platform where Meghan's children tell stories just disappeared. Spotify and Netflix also removed mentions and pictures of Meghan from their sites. The monarchy had finally drawn a line. This was it, the intervention was now complete. For the people involved, the personal cost of all this was only just starting to show. The monarchy was going to have to deal with the consequences of its actions and the personal cost to the people, and the monarchy was going to be huge. Prince Harry was really surprised by how fast everything happened and that it was all so final. He made an emergency request to have custody of the kids, but it was turned down. The people in charge said no because of an issues. They were still working out the rules for traveling with the kids. There were problems with living in the United States. Prince Harry did not have an income that was good enough to take care of the royal children. The big decision came from Prince Edward, the person who makes things happen for the family without making a lot of noise. Someone brought a letter by hand delivered by a special messenger from the royal family. The royal family is now in charge of taking care of the Windsor children. This includes making sure they are safe and protected. If you want to see the children, the royal family will let you know how you can do that. No warmth. Pure constitutional steel. Harry said some things about Meghan that are very bad. He thinks she manipulated him with her emotions. Then she just left him. The thing that really shocked people is that Harry also talked about Prince Andrew. He said that Prince Andrew was involved in some business deals with Meghan in Dubai. Harry thinks that Prince Andrew's friends told Meghan to make an image for herself even if it hurt their kids. This makes Harry very upset because he feels like Prince Andrew did something wrong to him and his family, the royal family, and to Meghan. Harry thinks this is a betrayal by Prince Andrew. Something bad happened to Meghan across the Atlantic. Netflix stopped talking to her about a deal. Spotify removed her information from their system. The people who were supposed to help her find work did not want to work with her. Hollywood thought she was a problem and did not want to work with her. They called her a Class 1 liability, which means nobody wants to touch her. Princess Catherine is taking care of Lilibet's feelings. Lilibet gets to talk to a doctor every week. This doctor helps people who have been through something. A nanny from Wales is now taking care of Lilibet every day. George and Charlotte are being very nice to Lilibet. They are showing her what they do every day at Windsor. There is a nice picture of Lilibet and Charlotte. Lilibet is holding Charlotte's hand when they are leaving Windsor Chapel on Candlemas Eve. The picture does not have any words with it. It is very meaningful. Princess Catherine is doing a job as Lilibet's chief emotional guardian. Meghan was not available to talk to anyone. Her team only said something about Meghan needing some privacy. The fact that Meghan was not saying anything was really loud, and it was pretty obvious that something was going on with Meghan. In California, Harry's problems just kept going. He was all alone in Monaco. He really wanted to see his kids in private without Meghan being there. He even asked William if this could happen. Someone who works with them said this could be his chance to make things right, with his family, especially with his kids. Harry really wants to spend time with his children. He hopes William will help him do that. I do not understand why she got rid of the children from her empire right before everything fell apart. What kind of information did William show her that made her do this? The Hollywood blackout that happened suddenly is also very strange. Why did this happen all of a sudden? On February 1st in the courtroom there was a quiet moment when the judge made a decision. The judge said Meghan will not have any say in what happens to the kids. Meghan was not there when the judge made this decision. Her team said she was not taking part in the proceedings. Then and made a statement from St. James's Palace. This does not happen often. And said that Meghan Markle does not have any control over the Windsor children. The way the kids are taken care of will be according to the rules of the family, not what people in Hollywood think is best. The £8 million trust is basically gone because it was not allowed. All the brand deals are cancelled because of the Windsor Accords. The passports are blocked using the Edwardian Protocol, which has not been used since 1936. The £8 million trust is finished. Catherine is in charge of Lilibet's life at her estate in Surrey. She takes care of everything. She has a lot of faith in Catherine, a nanny said about Lilibet and Catherine. Lilibet really trusts Catherine. Princess Charlotte had a moment at a charity event. She said something that really caught people's attention. Princess Charlotte said, "We are not things that can be bought or sold. We are not stories that people can tell to make money." Her mom Catherine thought this was a thing to say. The palace had a response to something Meghan posted about being strong and independent. The palace said, "Being strong and independent is not about controlling people. The plans for the Sussex family have been. Now everything is on hold. This includes appearances at schools and finding sponsors," and said that they will not be using their children to help launch any brands. The Sussex family will have to come up with a plan. February 2nd Bulletin. The Crown has taken care of who is in charge of the kids under the royal family's watch. Meghan's rights as a parent are done. Catherine is now in charge of making sure everything is okay. The kids have to stay in the United Kingdom until they're 16 years old. The money that was set aside for them is no longer valid. It is like Meghan never existed in Hollywood. Harry-Meghan negotiates alone. The Markle era is finished. The Crown protected its own. Family endures. Lineage prevails.